Bring your attention to your breath. Feel how your inhale creates spaciousness in your body, and how your exhale is this mini act of surrender, just letting go. Okay. Let the spine grow tall. Let the shoulders soften. Let the hips and the legs be heavy. And let's steady our breath together. So please take a complete exhale out the nose. And then slowly and gently inhale to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Soften the jaw. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Allow the breath to move naturally. And come back to this compassionate curiosity about yourself. What's showing up for you right now? Through the messages of physical sensation, emotion, thought. And can you allow it to be just as it is, even if it's not necessarily your preference? Moving from this place of acceptance. Okay, if you'd like to join, we'll tune in by chanting Om once. Nice broad rib cage, soft belly, relaxed jaw, open throat. Take a deep breath in to chant, please. On your next exhale, if your eyes are closed, please open them. Okay, and let's start on our backs with a block handy. Okay, so I would say keep the knees bent to start here as we come onto our backs. Okay. And then you're going to take your block, so kind of in this direction, right, with the shortest height down, and bring it underneath your head, okay? And you want to kind of, we're going to start on the lowest height, but you might actually bring it up a little bit higher here, but we'll start here. And I want you to kind of wriggle until your skull gets right on the edge of the block, and see, like, so I can feel in my body, like, I might need to go up a notch here. So you might lift the block up a little bit higher until you're right on the corner here, okay? So it's going to depend on the mobility of your neck here. And bring it, so you have, you have your skull, and right at the base you've got this little dip, right? So you're trying to find that edge right there, and just let your head kind of hang off the side, okay? And then very gently just rock your head from side to side. So it shouldn't feel pokey or painful necessarily, but you might be like, oh, I got some muscles there, right? So we're just kind of working into our occiput muscles, which can get very tight on many of us. Okay. If you do want it to be a little bit more pokey, you can try to balance your block on a corner, so you'll probably have to hold on to it with your hands, and then bring the corner of the block right to the edge of your skull here. So my block's pretty squishy, so it's pretty forgiving for me to do this. If you have one of those harder blocks, or like, say you're using a book or whatnot, this might be a bit much. Okay, so but just kind of moving from side to side here. And let the jaw relax. Let the head be heavy. I appreciate this request. Evidently my neck was stiff too. Okay, so just a few more rocks from side to side. Okay. And then come to center here, and then if it feels okay, just like hang out. Hang out with your head on the block here. Let your mouth hang open. Right, and depending on what's going on with your neck, this might not feel totally safe to have it tucked so much. Just kind of trust your instinct on it. Let the shoulders soften. And take about 2 more deep breaths here, please. Good, okay. And then we'll slowly take the block out from underneath us, put it to the side, rest your head on the floor here, okay? And then roll the back of your head on the floor from side to side a few times. I'm going to keep the jaw nice and relaxed here. And move pretty slowly, please. Okay. And then we've got our feet on the floor with the knees bent. Let's start to windshield wiper the knees. So as the knees go to the right, the chin goes to the left. As the knees go to the left, the face goes to the right. And just move from side to side this way a few times. Nice. And then for these last few rounds, let's really sync the breath, right? So inhale through your transition, exhale to twist. Inhale through your transition, exhale to twist. One more time each side. Inhale, transition, exhale, twist. Good. Come back through center. Let's pull the knees in towards the chest and just give them a gentle squeeze. And then rock from side to side. So we're getting a little bit of massage in the low back and in the ESGs. So those are those beautiful muscles that you can see on most people's backs that kind of go up along the spine, which I thought was really surprising. Some of them attach to your skull. They go all the way from the bottom of your back up to your skull. Okay. Okay, and then grab a hold of your kneecaps with your hands pretty firmly here and start to stir your legs in a circle in one direction. Good. And then the other. Okay, and then keep that nice sure grip on the legs, but knock the legs down and see if you can relax everything from the belly button to the tips of your toes. So the thing that's holding your feet up away from the floor are your hands here. However, at the same time, can you pull the heads of the arm bones back so the collarbone's broaden? You might have to wriggle your shoulder blades underneath you, okay? And then when you find your sweet spot here, take a deep breath in, fill your belly up. And exhale, lower the feet down to the floor, please. Bring the heels of your hands right to your hip creases, so right where the thighs meet the pelvis, and press forward till you maybe feel a little bit of a stretch in the low belly, low back, hip area here. Again, take a deep breath in, fill yourself up all the way to the base of your pelvis. Exhale. Good. Slowly release the pressure of the hands. And let's grab the block again, please. I think we did this last week. I'm going to do it again. I want you to bring the block in between the thighs and bring it up pretty close to the groin if you can get it there. Okay. Let's come into goalpost arms if that feels safe in your body, just to encourage a little more openness in the chest here. Right, so if this doesn't really work in your body, then maybe just spread the arms out into a T or something that's encouraging opening in the chest here, okay? Then begin to squeeze the block with your inner thighs and internally rotate your thighs like you're trying to pop the block to the back of your legs towards your heels, okay? Then hollow out your low belly till you feel your pubic bone pull up towards your low ribs. Your low back will press into the floor. And do the best you can to keep the bum muscles pretty relaxed. This is all deep abdominal and adductors, okay? And then slowly release all of that tension. So release the tension around the block and the low belly, okay? Exhale, squeeze the block, rotate your thighs, and then tilt the pelvis, press the low back into the mat, okay? Chest is soft the whole time. Inhale, slowly release all of that. Again, exhale, squeeze the block, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, come on out. Just do this at your own pace a few times. Exhale to find the muscular engagement. Inhale to soften and release. Right? And a reminder, like, keep all of this engagement from like the sternum down. The chest and the throat and the neck are nice and soft here. And you might even wiggle the head a little bit to encourage that softness. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Good. Couple more times, please. Okay, next time you relax, go ahead and take the block out from in between the legs. Place it to the side. Keeping the chest really broad, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling, okay? And then bend your elbows and bring your hands onto your forearms or your elbows here, okay? And you want the elbows right in line with the shoulders here. Relax the arm bones down into the earth, okay? Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, rock the knees to the right, the elbows to the left. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, knees to the left, elbows to the right. I'm gonna do this a few times, right? So inhale up through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. Think of your bones as being really heavy. And as they gently coax, fascial lines to open and mobility to come into the hips and the shoulders here. Good. One more time each side, please. Nice. Okay. Come back through center. We'll release the arms. Roll off to one side. Press yourself up. And then come to tabletop position, please. Good. Spread your fingers wide. Right, and hands are underneath the shoulders. Hips are as wide as your knees and vice versa. And then we're going to hook the toes, okay? And keeping a nice gentle pressure in the tips of the fingers, the finger pads, start to sway yourself forward and back, okay? So we're just finding a little bit of a stretch in the forearms and the hands here and in the bottoms of the feet. Keep that lift in the pelvic floor that we found laying down, right? To keep the low back broad. Keep the jaw relaxed and wrap the triceps, the upper backs of the arms back so that you feel this broadness in the chest and the collarbones. Okay, inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Nice. Okay, come to center, please. Soften the tops of the feet into the floor. Shift your hips back and come into child's pose, please. Arms are long if that feels safe in your body. Hips are sinking down towards the floor. The forehead is resting on the ground, and if that doesn't feel safe, please grab your block and bring it underneath your forehead, okay? And then from here, rock your head from side to side. Nice and slow and steady. Okay. Then come back to center with the head and kind of inchworm your fingers forward. So claw the mat a little bit and pull back like you're trying to scrunch your mat up towards the crown of your head as you sink your hips back. Pull the biceps towards the ears till you feel your armpits hollow out a bit here. Take a deep breath in and out. Slowly walk your hands to the left. Find a side stretch on the right side of the body. So sink the right hip back. Maybe you continue to claw with your hands to find that traction. Okay. Walk your hands to the right, please. Same thing on the other side, right? So long side body on the left side here. Sink the hips back. Claw the mat. Deep breath in and out. Then we come back to center. And rise ourselves up to tabletop position again, okay? Maybe hook the toes and then sway the hips from side to side here. And then start to stir the hips in a big old circle. So finding some mobility in the hip joints. And like we were doing before where we were swaying forward and back, really press down into the finger pads to protect the wrists. You might feel an opening in the palms of the hands or the forearms. And keep wrapping the triceps back so the shoulders are nice and broad here. Okay, switch direction of the circles, please. Okay, a few more times. Then we'll come to center. Toes are hooked here. Press yourself up and back into downward facing dog, please. Okay. Let your elbows bend a little bit out to the side and then wrap the triceps back as if you're opening these jar lids with your hands. Right hand goes to the right, left hand goes to the left, okay? Keep the knees pretty darn bent to begin with here and lengthen through the side body as you send your sits bones up and back. Keep a little lift in the low belly. You might feel your tailbone tuck in, your low back broaden here, okay? Then bring your attention to your feet. Lift your toes up, plug down through the balls of the feet. Spread the toes wide. And then see if you can get the tops of the feet to radiate towards the shins as you press your heels down. Okay, so really opening up through the soles of the feet. And then relax the toes and begin to pedal the feet as you breathe here. Good. And then come to stillness. Though the heels may not touch the floor, root them down towards the floor. Lift the kneecaps by engaging the tops of your thighs. Long through the legs, long through the side body. Let's take a horsey breath here, okay? So inhale through the nose. Flutter your lips on your exhale. Soften your neck. If it feels safe, shake the head, okay? And then let's tiptoe the feet slowly towards the hands and come to a fold at the front of the mat. Again, you can have the knees very bent here. Coming off of the hands for a moment, find some wrist circles. So just wrist rotations in one direction and then the other. Okay. And then we'll come on back down into our forward fold here. Okay. And as if you had the block between your thighs, can you internally rotate your thigh bones? So pretend there's a block in between your legs and you're trying to pop it back behind you. So you feel maybe the hips and the sits bones broaden here. Okay. Keep the toes light, please. Bring the weight back into the heels just a little bit till you start to feel the hamstrings and the butt wake up here. Maybe you deepen the bend of your knees as you walk your hands up your legs and come to standing. Okay, find some shoulder rolls. Find that sway in the hips and the ankles. Okay, and then we'll come to our dynamic stability here, right? So rotate the palms forward, reach the fingertips down towards the earth. Lift the sternum up. Slide the shoulder blades down the back body. Take a deep breath in. Feel the front of the body, the sides of the body, the back of the body expand. And exhale like you can breathe out of your feet. Root down. Good. Okay. Then let's step into a wide leg stance, please. Okay. And let's start by pivoting the toes out. Actually, no, let's keep the feet parallel to begin with here. And bring the hands onto the hips. Okay. And then we'll start to do some hip circles standing now. So we were doing this in tabletop. And now you'll probably notice that it accesses different parts of the hips when we do it standing, right? So just kind of feeling the head of the thigh bone moving in the hip socket, feeling the pelvis move. And as you do this, come back to that practice we did at the beginning, right? Where you're just compassionately curious, noticing what's being communicated to you through sensation, emotion, and thought. Notice if you have a preference for what you're finding. And doing your best to just allow it all to be there, okay? Okay, switch direction, please. And find your breath. Okay, a couple more times. And then we come back to center. Now let's pivot the toes out. Okay, so coming into a pretty gentle goddess or horse stance here, right? So you want, as you bend your knees, for them to track over the center of your feet, okay? And you want your low back to stay, you're not rounding or arching here, so it's really this action of going straight down, okay? And as you do this, you put a little bit more weight in the heels, and you'll notice I'm even curling my toes up and plugging down, okay? To really activate the ankles and lift the arches. And then pull the feet towards each other gently till you start to feel the inner thighs wake up, okay? Feel that lift of the low belly, okay? And let's bring our hands onto our thighs. Press the hands into the thighs like we did when we were reclined, right? And sink your hips down as you maybe shrug the shoulders up towards the ears a bit here, creating some traction for the spine, okay? And then maybe like a little sway from side to side. And this can be a pretty shallow move. You can be up high here too, okay? Just kind of moving here. Send your breath all the way to the base of your pelvis as you inhale. And again, exhale like you can breathe out of your feet. Good. Okay, slowly come back to neutral. Pivot the feet parallel again and come back to a few more of those hip rotations, just like 2 or 3 in one direction. And then 2 or 3 in the other direction. I can tell today is a day that words are challenging. So thanks for bearing with me, okay? Come back to center here, okay? Let's relax the arms and maybe shallow the stance just a little bit. Stay wider than the hips though, and we'll pivot the feet out again. And it's kind of a subtle movement. I want you to kind of pulse a little bit here if that feels safe. So the arms are really floppy, but you're really rooted through the feet, and it's like you're trying to burrow really deep footprints in the ground beneath you. Just kind of shake it out like you're shaking water off of yourself into the ground. Okay? Let there be a little head bobble. Good, okay. And then we'll come to center here. Twist to your left, break both, so arms are framing the body. Exhale, press your hands down as you bend your knees, okay? Make gentle fists with the hands. Inhale, pull the hands up towards your chest with your legs going straight. Hold the inhale as you twist in the other direction. Press the palms down as you bend the knees, exhale. Do this a few times. Inhale, pull up. Long spine, twist. Exhale, press down. Good, inhale up. Twist, exhale down, long spine. And just move with your breath here, nice and steady. Exhale. Can you lift your pelvic floor on your inhale and release it on your exhale? Keep the tops of the shoulders soft. Feel your feet in the ground. Feel how steady you are. One more time each side, please. Okay, I'll meet you back at center. Bend the elbows with the palms facing up and maybe like rotate the toes forward so you feel a little more stable here. Shrug the shoulders up, back and down, open the chest, and then either soften the gaze or close the eyes. Just notice what's showing up for you. Okay, keep this nice steady stance with the feet. Keep the elbows bent with the palms up here. Slide the shoulder blades down the back and then squeeze your elbows in like you're holding towels or something next to your arms, okay? And then slowly start to open the arms out to the side. Whew, okay, so you're really squeezing the elbows in and then slowly bring them back to center. Long through the sides of the neck. Inhale, open up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those elbows to the sides of the body. Yeah, exhale. Cross the opposite hand on top. And again, inhale, open up. Squeeze those elbows in. Exhale, opposite hand on top. One more time, please. Inhale, open. Exhale, opposite hand on top. And then let it go, shake it out. And then we'll come to the front of our mats in our Tadasana shape here, okay? Root down through the feet, exhale. Inhale, swoop your arms out and up, please. And as we exhale, we'll gently fold forward. Okay, you've got your block, so if that's helpful for you to support any part of your body as you come to your fold, please use it. Inhale, find your halfway lift, so fingertips on the block, the floor, or your shins. Send your bum back, broaden through the low back, hollow out your low belly. Exhale, fold. Let your head shake, yes or no. Let the weight of your skull decompress your neck. Okay? Plant your hands on the floor or a block and step your right foot back and bring your right knee down to the floor, please. Good. Walk your hands up your left leg and come into a low lunge here. Okay, so grab a blanket and bring it underneath that left knee if you need to. Keep those right toes hooked if you can. Squeeze your right bum cheek and wrap the glutes down so you feel nice and open through that hip flexor. Relax the arms down the sides of the body. Good. Take an inhale, swoop the arms out and up. Keep the tops of the shoulders soft here. Exhale, settle down into your hips and your shoulders. Pull your inner thighs towards each other, okay? On your next inhale, broaden through the sides of the ribs. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to the floor and step your left foot back till your left knee's underneath you. You're in tabletop position, okay? Walk your knees back about an inch here so you're now in a supported plank. Bring the tops of the feet into the floor. And again, wrap your inner thighs back like you've got that block between it. Bend your elbows out to the side just a little bit and then wrap the triceps back. Press the floor away from you. Straighten the arms. Pull the pubic bone up towards the low ribs. And then we're going to exhale, bend the elbows along the sides of the body as we come down onto our bellies. Good. Lift your right leg up, back and down. Lift your left leg up, back and down. Root your pubic bone into the earth. Press the hands down and back and inhale, lift your chest, come into a baby cobra. Good, exhale, release. Hook your toes, press yourself up to that supported plank, maybe to full plank, and then to downward facing dog. Again, find that broadness in the collarbones. Feel that length through the side body. Root the heels down. Rotate the inner thighs back. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's work our right foot forward and bring the left knee down. So low lunge on the other side. Okay. Walk the hands up your right thigh. Find that engagement in the left glute. So you want to squeeze your left bum cheek and kind of wrap it down. So you'll feel your tailbone maybe tuck here a bit. Relax the arms down the sides of the body. Soften the shoulders. Take an exhale here. Inhale, swoop the arms out and up, please. Exhale, settle into your hips and your shoulders. Nice and broad here. Inhale, expand through the side body. Exhale, hands to the floor. Okay. This time, lift the left knee up, step the left foot forward so you're in your fold again. Okay. Inhale to your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale to fold, maybe maybe shake the head yes or no. And then slowly walk your hands up your legs, come to standing, and then squeeze your shoulder blades, arms come out and up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands come down your center line and then to the side of the body. Take a breath here. Let's slowly bring the hands behind the back and interlace the fingers so you can be nice and deep with the bend of the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades. And then explore how it feels to slide the fists down the back. You may not go very far, and that's okay, okay? Take a breath here. And then we'll bring the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Let the jaw relax. And then if you want to go a little deeper with this stretch, bring the fists to the left hip. Breathe. Okay, bring the fists back to center in the back body. Roll the chin to the chest. And then bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Let your head be as heavy as you can here. Then bring the fists to the right hip if you want. Breathe. Good. Okay, bring the fists back to center, please. Bring the chin down towards your chest. Root your tailbone down and feel how that helps you stack your spine until the crown of the head is up towards the ceiling again. And then squeeze the shoulder blades and maybe pull the fists down a little bit more. Press the sternum, the chest forward and up. Maybe you look up a little bit. Take a big belly breath in and out. Then release the hands, neutralize the spine, and begin to swing your arms from side to side, finding gentle little twist here. Wrap and tap, sometimes I've heard this called. Okay, the feet are really rooted. And then slowly allow this movement to come to stillness. So just let it be this lazy transition to the arms coming to the side of the body. Okay. Then find a little forward and back sway. Feel your core engage. And then gently rotate the palms forward. Find your Tadasana. Exhale, root down. Inhale, swoop your arms out and up, please. Exhale, fold forward. Walk your hands down your legs if you need to, okay? Find your block or the floor. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, step that right foot back. Bring the right knee down, please. Good. So we'll stay in this shape. I'm going to rotate so you guys can see me here, okay? So we'll stay in this shape. Okay? And bring the hand inside the leg. Okay, to start with here. And then walk your hands towards your, I've messed up my left and right. So walk your hands towards the bent knee and then pivot that knee out so that you're kickstanding it. So you're kind of in this like half gate shape with the knee bent, okay? This is a great place where you might take your block to bring the floor up a little taller for you, especially if low back is tender. And I want you to just sway from side to side here a little bit. Yeah. So I'm a fan of this one because I have real tight adductors in her thighs. This is a nice one to kind of get into that shape. Okay. And then eventually come back to center here, and then you're just going to walk yourself upright. Shoulder blades down the back body. And then we'll bring the forearm to the bent knee thigh and reach the opposite arm up towards the ear. So side stretch here, okay? Squeeze that glute as you side stretch here. And you might even think about the pelvis being pressed forward if that feels safe to you. And then if you want a little more, you can bend that top elbow, cradle your head with your hand, and let the weight of your head rest in the hand. Good. Take one more deep breath. Can you open up the chest a little more? You might even think about it being an opening twist, like slide that top shoulder blade down the back. Oh, okay. And then slowly come back upright. Let's bring both arms up towards the ceiling, okay? Can you engage through the bum? Float the fingertips up, but leave the shoulders soft, so you're lifting from the rib cage here. And then exhale, bring the hands back down to the floor of the block, okay? And then we'll transition back into this lunge, so both hands are in between the leg. You'll lift the back knee up, step the front foot back, so come into high plank or low plank here. Okay, wrap the triceps back on your inhale. Exhale, lower yourself down onto your belly. Lift the right leg up, pull it back. Lift the left leg up, pull it back, please. Press the hands down and back, squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift your chest, find your cobra here. Exhale, release. Hook your toes, press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Again, prioritize the length of the spine, the broadness of the low back over the straightening of the legs, right? So hollow out your belly, wrap the triceps back, press the hands down and forward, long through the side body. But again, lift the toes up, pull the tops of the feet towards the shins as you root the heels down here. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll work the right foot forward in between the hands and bring the left knee down. I'm hoping this is the opposite side. Okay. Bring the right hand inside the leg, okay? Pivot on that left knee and start to walk your hands forward so you're in this gate shape on the other side. Now, again, this is the problem with Zoom classes. If this is not the opposite side, do the opposite side, please. Okay, so bring your hands onto a block or the floor, and then we're just gonna find that sway from side to side on this side. Lots of good information we can find with this shape. I know I can, like, oh, this right hip is way tighter. So just noticing, you know, and also like the knee is communicating to me. It doesn't want to be bent as deeply, so just honoring that, right? Whatever you're finding. Okay, come to center here, and then we'll bring ourselves upright. Right forearm on the thigh, just hook it down there. Inhale, lift the left arm up and over, find your side stretch here. Okay, and you kind of put yourself in this shape, and then you can deepen, right? So squeeze your left bum cheek to press the hips forward, if that feels okay. And then you can bend this left elbow, bring the hand to the head, and let the weight of the skull open up the side body. It can also be a nice little neck release for you. Steady breath. Okay, inhale, let's come upright. So both biceps are along the ears, soft shoulders. Lift the ribcage away from the pelvis as you inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor or a block. Maybe find a couple more sways. Okay, and then we transition, so you're going to walk your fingertips forward, pivot on that left knee, frame your right foot, okay, and this time lift the left knee and step it forward so you're folding at the front of your mat. Okay. Find your halfway lift and your fold. Good. Okay. Slowly walk your hands up your legs and come to standing, please. Okay. Find a nice rock in the feet and the ankles. Feel nice and rooted here. Then exhale, root down. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling as you come to your tippy toes. And then exhale, lower yourself back down. So the arms are just going to come to the sides of the body. Inhale, lift the heels up. Ooh. Exhale down. Do this a few times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Ooh. Okay, building a little bit of momentum here. You will decide how deep you go with it. I want you to start to swing the arms up on the tippy toes, and then exhale, pull them back, and then hinge at the hips just a little bit, so the weight will come into the heels as you exhale. Inhale, come up to the tippy toes. Exhale, pull the arms back behind you. Maybe you hinge at the hips, okay? It's a steady, soft movement where you're really rooted through your feet. You feel the connection the whole time. Not a lot of over-efforting. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Shake the left foot out. Shake the right foot out. Come to your Tadasana, please. Rotate the palms forward. Settle the shoulder blades down the back. Find your breath. And notice how you feel. Okay. Exhale to root down. Inhale to swoop your arms out and up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, step your left foot back. Find warrior 2 feet. And then settle in, keeping the hands at heart center. Okay. Again, we're really working with this internal-external rotation of the thighs. So this right thigh is rotating externally, like out, okay? Sometimes it even helps to like grab the flesh of your thigh and gently coax it, rotate it back, okay? It's totally up to you. Bringing the hands back to heart center, lift through the back arch. Slide the shoulder blades down the back and towards each other. And then gently extend the fingertips out, but keep that engagement so the shoulder blades are pulling towards each other, towards your center line, as the fingertips are radiating out towards the walls beside you, okay? Side of the neck, really relaxed. And then maybe the gaze goes over those right fingertips. Stay light on the toes, please. How can you make this shape sustainable for yourself? So it might mean shallowing the bend of that right knee. It might be disregarding my cue of extending the arms out and bringing them back to heart center. Okay, so I want you to make this your practice. 2 more breaths here, please. Stay soft yet engaged. Exhale. Inhale, find exalted warrior. Right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Okay. And then we'll exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor, pivot onto the ball of that left foot, step yourself back to high plank or tabletop supported plank. Okay. The inhale to press the floor away. The exhale to lower yourself down to your bellies. Lift the left leg up, pull it back and down. Lift the right leg up, pull it back and down. This time, bring the hands out wider than your mat with your fingertips tented and roll your elbows up towards the ceiling. Keep the head on the ground, but lift the shoulders up and see how that feels, okay? Root the pubic bone down and then inhale. Lift yourself up into a wide cobra. Let the chin start to lift up towards the ceiling as you bring the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, okay? And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up, look over the right shoulder. Relax the jaw. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up, look over the left shoulder. Good. Exhale, down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Hook your toes. Press yourself up through your tabletop, your plank, and to your downward facing dog, please. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we'll tiptoe the feet to the hands and come to our supportive fold at the front of our mat, okay? Find a halfway lift on your inhale and a fold on your exhale. All right, so bend the knees as much as you can so you can surrender the weight of your head towards the ground. Feel the openness of the neck, softness of the jaw, and the connectedness of your feet to the floor. Okay. Inhale, walk your hands up your legs, come to standing. When you come upright, squeeze the shoulder blades, arms come out and up overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, hands down your center line, and then to the side of the body. Find your little sway here, your little movement to stabilize and align yourself. Okay, exhale, root down, please. Inhale, swoop the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, step your right foot back. Find your warrior two on the other side, please. So front heel lined up with back arch or heel, okay? Keep hands at heart center to begin with here. Go light on the toes. Feel the left thigh externally rotate so the flesh is rolling back in space so that groin really opens here. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Soften the tops of the shoulders. And then extend the fingertips out to the side, but keep that pulling action of the shoulder blades towards your center line. Then if you want to, you can look over your left fingertips. And then inquire within yourself, how can I make this shape sustainable for myself? Two more breaths, please. Okay, next inhale, find exalted warrior. Slide the right hand down the leg, left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we gently, slowly cartwheel the hands down. Pivot on the ball of that right foot, and this time please step forward to your fold. Okay. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, walk your hands up your legs and come to standing, please. Good. Find your shoulder roll. Find that little sway. Okay. And then finding a steady standing shape, bring your attention to your head and your neck, okay? And just start to bobble your head like a bobblehead, like thinking about the skull balancing on the top of the spine here, okay? And then draw little teeny tiny circles with the crown of your head in one direction. Keep the jaw nice and relaxed. And then the other direction. Good. Then come to stillness here. Exhale, reach the fingertips towards the earth. Inhale, swoop the arms out and up, please. Exhale, gently fold. Plant your hands on the earth and step yourself back to tabletop position, please. Nice and broad through the chest. And then we'll take the right hand and rotate the palm up. So we're stretching through the forearm here. So the back of the hand is gently on the ground, a little bit of pressure here, okay? Press the fingernails into the earth, spread your fingers wide. Okay, go ahead and bring the right palm down onto the floor and do the other side. So the back of the left hand comes onto the floor. Spread your fingers wide, press your fingernails down into the earth here. Good, and come back to center. Okay. Then begin to rotate your hands around. So it'll depend on what's going on with your wrists and shoulders, but the trajectory is the fingers pointing back. They may not make it there, and that's okay, okay? And you can have a bend in the elbows here a little bit. Press your finger pads into the ground, and then gently do 1 or 2 cat-cows here. So rounding the spine, extending, good. Okay, come back to center. Rotate your fingers forward. Okay, tops of the feet into the floor. Walk your hands back, rest your heels, your bum on your heels, and come upright into heroes. Okay, and then just shake the fingertips out, the wrists, the forearms. Good. And then again, maybe some of those wrist circles in one direction, and then the other. Good. Okay, we're gonna stay in this shape for a little bit, so if this feels uncomfortable or unsafe, the block is a great option. You can bring that underneath your bum. You can also stack blankets, or don't do this shape. Do cross-legged or something else, okay? Let the arms hang down the sides of the body, please. Okay, and come back to this idea that your bones are made of lead. They are heavy, right? So the weight of your bones in your arms is creating this stretching sensation on the tops of the shoulders and the neck. Okay. Once again, let's bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Oh, jaws relaxed here. And then let's start to pull the right arm out. It's as if your fingertips have strings on them and they're being pulled towards the ground. So you're creating a little bit of traction here. And then with a nice broad palm, rotate your hand forward and up on that right side, but keep magnetizing the fingertips towards the floor. And you get to determine the intensity of this stretch and how deep you go into it, okay? Okay, rotate the palm of that right hand back behind you, and then bend the elbow and slide the forearm to the low back. Okay, press that forearm into the back and down till you feel the chest kind of broaden a bit here. Take one more breath, please. Then slowly release the arm to the side of the body, relax it. Bring the chin down towards the chest. Okay. Root down through the tailbone to stack your spine and feel the crown of the head rise up towards the ceiling. And then again, find those little tiny circles with the crown of the head. So draw little circles in one direction and then the other. Come back to center. Right ear to right shoulder, please. Heavy skull. Oh, okay. Then slowly start to reach the left arm out in a diagonal line. So magnetize the fingertips to the floor here. Spread your fingers wide. Then gently begin to rotate the left palm forward. And keep reaching the fingertips towards the earth though. So this is another great shape that's really, you might be like working towards a stretch, but you can also learn a lot about your body through it, right? So like, how much does this arm want to rotate? Where am I feeling it? Okay. If you do start to feel like pins and needly type of sensation, please back off just a little bit. You got a big old nerve that runs through your shoulder here. Okay. Then we're going to rotate the left palm back. Okay. But keep magnetizing the fingertips towards the earth. Oh yes. Okay. And then we'll bend the left elbow, bring the forearm to the low back. Okay. You might be feeling enough here. Stay right here if you want to, okay? If you want to explore deepening, you're going to press the forearm forward and down. Whew. Take one more deep breath in and out. Good. Slowly release the arm to the side of the body. Let it relax. Roll your chin towards your chest. Okay. Anchor through the tailbone. Feel the spine stack as the crown of the head comes up towards the ceiling. Find that little bobblehead, that little wiggle. And then find a couple more shoulder rolls here. And some clearing breath. So good. Okay. Let's come off of our heels, our blocks, whatever we're seated on here, and come down onto our bums with our feet in front of us. The legs extended long to begin with here. Okay. Again, support your low back. So if you need to bring something underneath your bum to tilt your pelvis, please do so. Either way, I do suggest that you kind of grab the flesh of your bum, move it out of the way so you can really anchor through the sits bones. Okay. Root down through the sits bones, root down through the thigh bones, get really alive with the feet. So spread your toes wide, press the big toe mound forward as you curl the little toe mound back behind you, okay? Everything up here is soft though, the face, the chest, the shoulders, okay? And then start to draw big circles with your feet. And if it's anything like mine, they go pop, 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 okay? Give me some like jazz hands with your toes, so get really goofy and spread the toes. Good, and then switch the direction of the circles. Steady breath. Good, come back through center. Find that engagement, so curl the toes towards you. Inhale, lift your fingertips up, grow really long here. Exhale, plant the hands like kickstands, and then with a nice long back, start to walk yourself forward into a gentle fold here, okay? So think about this energy line that's happening in you right now. It's pulling from the heels through the back of the body, up the low back, through the spine and the crown of the head, okay? So not a lot of rounding here. It's still an upward action even though we're folding. Press the thigh bones down in space if you can. Good. Okay, inhale, walk your hands back, come upright. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee. So both feet are on the floor, the knees are bent, okay? And then we'll bring our hands behind our back so we're leaned back here a bit. And bring the right ankle over the left thigh, so like a figure 4 here, okay? Keep this left hand nice and planted, and inhale, reach the right arm up, so grow really long here. And then as you exhale, you're gonna reach the right arm inside the sole of the left foot, of the right foot, sorry, okay? So you've got this traction where the right foot is pressing into the right hand, and you can kind of find a little bit of a twist here. So, you know, really noticing where you're feeling it. This is an interesting one. It's a spinal twist, but it's also like an upper back shoulder thing, okay? Maybe you inhale, grow a little longer, and exhale, look over that left shoulder. Whew, okay. Inhale up through center. Exhale, bring this right hand back behind you, okay? Uncross that leg. And then other side. So left ankle onto the right thigh, okay? The left knee is kind of pressing forward in space. The left toes are nice and engaged here. Root down through that right hand, lift the left arm up, go really long. Notice how broad my low back is. Please keep yours that way too, okay? And then exhale, reach the left arm inside the left foot. It'll almost like hook into the arch here, okay? Grow really long, and then press the foot into the arm into the foot as you twist towards the right. So you can play around with like the tricep being inside the foot or the elbow. Okay, inhale, reach the left arm up, bring it back behind you, uncross the ankle, okay? Widen your hands so they're wider than your hips, but you've got really spread wide with the fingertips here, okay? Squeeze your shoulder blades, puff the chest up, and then move your bum towards your heels just a little bit here, okay? And then maybe you squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit more. Bring the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth as you lift your chin up. Deep breath in and out. Okay, shimmy your bum back. Hands come behind the thighs. And then we roll ourselves down into our backs. We made it. Okay, find that windshield wiper action again. So rolling the knees left to right. Good. Come back to center, please. And let's find happy baby. So pull the knees in towards the chest. Keep the sacrum, the low back, onto the floor, please, as you pull the knees towards the armpits. And then maybe you lift the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling and grab a hold of the feet or the ankles or the thighs. And then maybe find a little bit of a rock here. You might, as you rock to the left, try to straighten your left leg, and then rock to the right, try to straighten your right leg. Feel the heaviness of your skull on the ground. Okay, and then come to stillness in this shape and just allow the weight of your legs to do the work. Like just surrender your body to gravity in this shape. Nice, okay. Then gently bring the knees back to your center line bent. And then slowly drop the feet to the floor. And one more time, take the heels of your hands right into your hip creases, please. And press away, like press them away from your face till you maybe feel an opening in the low belly of the hips. Deep breath in all the way to the base of the pelvis. And as you exhale, release the pressure of the hands. Feel the pelvis neutralize. And then we'll set up for Shavasana, final relaxation. So again, always time, right? So if you need an extra movement, a shape that you were craving, or to grab something to make yourself more cozy, please take your time to set yourself up. Feel the floor and the earth beneath you supporting you. Feel the steadiness of your breath and your heartbeat. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Okay, bring your attention back into your bodies, please. Noticing again with compassionate curiosity messages through sensation, thoughts, emotion. And also noticing the witness, the part of you that is noticing all of this. And then find your breath. Begin to deepen your inhale and your exhale. And then start to find movement. So yawning, wiggling fingers and toes, stretching, whatever feels supportive. Eventually bending your knees and rolling off to one side into the fetal position. And then eventually pressing yourself upright into a seated shape. So though we're moving externally again, we keep the awareness very deeply internal. Finding our tall spine. If it's comfortable for you, taking hands into prayer pose or Anjali Mudra, so palms together, thumbs at the chest, or any other shape that feels reverent to you. Okay, so you might just tuck the chin. Taking a moment to really honor yourself for giving yourself this gift, for taking care of yourself, which is such a radical act. Okay. Honoring the lineages that have brought you these practices and honoring each other. If you would like to join, we'll close by chanting Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. So please take a deep breath in to chant. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. May you remember your true nature, which is love, trust, and reasonless joy. And may you remember that you are strong and wise. Thank you so much for being you and for sharing it. Namaste.